La alineación del Barcelona será...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And the shot! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Dani Olmo certainly could have and should have made more of that.
Diogo Dalot. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Bruno Fernandes has impressed me a lot. I mean, a few years ago, he was the highest scorer.
Bruno Fernandes! And that's caused a worry or two.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Looking for options for movement. Bruno Fernandes. Ericsson. Yamal.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Rafinha. Defending of the desperate variety. Ugarte. For Ericsson. Højlund might just make this. Dani Olmo! Dani Olmo! Goal! Barcelona!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. First quarter of an hour gone. Out to the left it goes. He's got to be in here! Rafinha! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Rafinha actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. Bruno Fernandes tries to clear. Oh, that's ambitious. Just too much. Fractions.
That's just plain unlucky. There were many, me included, who thought that was going in.
Ugarte.
Manchester United really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a...
And the finish! In for the pieces! Sticks it away! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Rafinha showing good feet. He's onside. Ugarte attempts a clearance. Now it's Lewandowski. Dani Olmo. Oh, what a mistake. And a header! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
Garnacho. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Good ball over the top. Lindelof. Mazraoui. Dani Olmo. It'll be a throw-in. Half an hour played now. Ugarte. Turns back here, probably the best option. Eriksson. Diogo Dalot. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He is through here. Find a finish. Yamal! It's a loose ball. And that was very necessary. Onana claims it. Eriksson. Barcelona heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Yamal. Lovely bit of skill. And the shots! They are rampant! And they are pulling clear here. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
You know what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
A case now of complete control. Eriksson. Threads one in. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Diogo Dalot. Casado. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Can he finish? A whisker away from making it 4.
Rafinha put absolutely everything he had into that. Maybe better look next time.
Look at it's Lewandowski! And he's following up! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, his instinct was brilliant, but not the finish.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, this certainly hasn't gone the way most of us in the ground had expected in advance. Granted, it is very pleasant if you're on the right side of it all.
This looks well and truly sewn up already, Peter, but please feel free to forget what I've just said if there's a spectacular turnaround.
Barcelona have established themselves in a position of absolute supremacy. An action-packed 45 minutes, and they have raced into a 3-goal lead. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Højlund. Oh, super find. Pedri. That has been slung wide. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Evan. Bruno Fernandes. Diogo Dalot. And it's Eriksson. Now Ugarte. Diogo Dalot. Yamal, given the lift of his goal. Lewandowski. Ugarte. Eriksson. Well-timed, excellent interception. Looking for the runner. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Has a go! And somehow he kept it out.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nice interception, well timed. Hoyland. Yamal. Garnacho. And Lindelof.
Diogo Dalot.
Now Heaven.
Diogo Dalot.
And Lindelof. And De Ligt. Mazraoui. To Bruno Fernandes. The less said about that pass, the better. That's a sharp pass. And that has been knocked clear. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Diogo Dalot.
He's gone forward. And it's Eriksen. Bruno Fernandes. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Yamal. Oh, such a clever touch. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Garnacho. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Lewandowski. And somehow he's managed to miss it.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
Diogo Dalot.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Aimed beyond the defence.
Barcelona couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Has a shot! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Let me
Diogo Dalot.
Mount. Barcelona are almost home and dry now. De Ligt gets it clear. And he's managed to gift it back. Højlund.
Diogo Dalot.
And he's intervened well there.
Bruno Fernandes.
Now Ugarte. Lindelof. Heaven. Pass somewhat off target. He's a sharp little ball here.
Habrá un minuto de
Heaven.
descuento.
De Ligt.
Lindelof. And that's it. Barcelona looking by any yardstick formidable. Truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. Dani Olmo picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. It is here at last, Milan's red letter day, Derby Day, a grand tradition since 1908. involving two of the most storied clubs in the entire world. There's so little to separate the teams in terms of prestige, so expect this to be nothing less than a day of storm and tempest, heady ambition and sharp partisanship. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing, certainly up for this one. Well, it's as friendly as it can be in the circumstances, but you feel the rivalry.
Well, I think we know what we're in for, whatever the circumstances that exist when these two meet. Losing really isn't an option, making this another intense, feisty clash, which should keep everyone on edge. The fans are more nervous than the players, to me, confirming an atmosphere of angst. Try telling them there's nothing riding on this.
It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
So off we go then. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly. He's been picked out. Carlos Augusto. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Nicolo Barella is by all accounts a jack of all trades, and I think that's a very good way of describing how this player operates, because he's growing into one of Italy's most important midfielders, and he always has a say in what's going on, and he
goes in for the header! Goal! Inter! What a great header, got plenty on that.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Dumfries. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Rafael Leao. That's good play. And he's let fly. And that will sail harmlessly past.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Pavard.
Dumfries. Plays a delicate ball. Rafael Leao is in a really good position. Oh, what has happened here?
Milan are really in a position where patience and...
Terrific header! And that's caused a worry or two. Dumfries. And he has been fouled there. Çalhanoğlu. Walker gets across to intercept that. And he welcomes it in. Oh, that's well spotted. Good running, strong and purposeful. Acerbi cuts it out. Well, this man's contribution is, as you would expect, proving terrific.
Well, not only can a player of such high calibre show the imagination to set up a goal, but he can also produce when the pressure's on to deliver a big moment. This guy was born to create. There they go, hunting again.
Çalhanoğlu. That looks at... And the finish! There it is! AC Milan are all square.
Milan clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Milan could not have chosen a worse moment. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
Inter Milan go into the lead. Oh, that's an inviting ball. That'll be a throw. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. There will be a throw-in. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. It's going to be another throw. Half an hour played now. Carlos Augusto could try cutting inside here. And he's managed to gift it back. Pass somewhat off target. Now this could be a chance. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. A lot chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Oh, after such a great run, I'm expecting him to go all the way, and instead, he just lost his way.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Mkhitaryan. Dumfries. And he's managed to get free. Has a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Still behind. Can they make something happen now? Mkhitaryan. Reinders. There he goes, motoring forward. Barella. Now it's Thuram. Milan are looking to break at pace. Acerbi. Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Pavard. Barella has created one goal already. He has found the way through. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it remains very delicately poised, and based on the promise we've seen through the first 45 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised if this takes another twist or two. It certainly would be in keeping.
Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
That's a promising run he's making on the right.
Carlos Augusto.
Out for a throw.
Walker kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Pulisic.
Martinez.
Milan really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half.
That's a good ball out wide.
Oh, he's found him in space.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi
It's out
è
for
di
a goal kick.
80.607 spettatori.
And Martinez! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
And it's Mkhitaryan. Pulisic.
Oh, no joy this time.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, shooting chance! He's got away with one there.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Inter Milan choosing to make the first change.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
Can he get away here? It's a loose ball.
And one more try! Yes! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al
So all square and not for the first time.
Ah, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Pulisic.
And the break is on.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Rafael Leao. Oh, he's found support out wide.
And the shot! Goal! Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al 75esimo minuto numero 7.
Inter Milan making another change here. Carlos Augusto, who got amongst the goals, is being taken off now.
Yeah, he'll get a good ovation for his contribution. I'm not so sure why he's leaving us, though. There's no obvious sign of injury or fatigue.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, played right into his path. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Pulisic. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Now there's a fine ball.
Real chance! He's got a goal! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
Milan take a two-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Played in deep. Goalkeeper's ball. Dumfries. Barella.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
He's found a way through. He can run onto that. There's no
He's got the shot away!
That's another chance. He's going to be disappointed with that.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Hernandez. And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Well, how will we look back on that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.